A very good morning and welcome to Morning Breaks on Kwararafa Television. Of course, that program that is specially designed to keep you abreast with the happenings, leading stories around the country. Welcome on to this edition of the program. I am Fomi Desmond. Good morning, Mr. Joaquin.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here and morning breeze, a usual morning tonic for Nigerians.
Yes. All right, it has been a good one for young talent in Taraba State, and we must commend the effort of the secretary to the government of the state, talking about High Chief Barrister Gibbon Timothy Katabs for coming up with something very unique and important, talking about the table tennis tournament that is ongoing, courtesy of High Chief Barrister Gibbon Timothy Katabs and the STAC Dr. Abukefa's tournament, table tennis tournament. Northeast, yes, it's on the Northeast. So it's a good one. And yesterday, they kickstarted the tournament, and it was very, very well arranged. I must commend the effort of all those that are in charge of, apart from the sponsor, those that are in charge of organizing and making sure that things go well for that Northeast table tennis tournament. It was a wonderful one, and it went well. So, what do you bring out of this? Before I go straight to tell a viewer what the sponsor said, because there are a lot of things that he projected from that angle that will actually balance with the mind of people. You can see on your screen the tertiary institution, because he also made mention of our tertiary institution should also be giving attention to. There should be a kind of a tournament, not really volleyball, but we can have football and other games that will make these young people busy and also give that opportunity for us to know where they belong as far as craft or as far as talent is concerned. So, what do you bring out of this, Mr. Jockey?
A lot of talents abound in Taraba State, but we'll say kudos to the SGS for putting resources together. But remember, there is a Northeast tournament, so we'll say Jalingo is alive at the moment with the tournament. And this is what we want to be seeing when you're talking about sports development, mostly with the presence of the Taraba State Sports Development Commission. You see, once there is this synergy with some critical stakeholders, we'll be seeing much of this tournament. I remember the SGS Gibbon Katabs is a member of the Tennis Federation. That is a board member of the Tennis Federation. And we'll say when he was actually appointed that particular time, we know that it wasn't a fluke, because he is going to give everything that is with him to ensure that he is able to make headway and at the same time contribute his quota to the development of sports in Taraba State. But one thing that I will also advocate here is we should not be concentrating, because the tennis club is a very strong club today in Taraba State. We're looking at tennis, basketball, and badminton. Other associations, in as far as I'm concerned, are sleeping. So they have to wake up and ensure that they organize tournament of this sort. It might not likely be big like that of the Northeast, bringing young talents from different states to converge in Jalingo, Taraba State. But other associations need to wake up to, just like what I said. And at times we always believe that it must be government, just like what the tournament was started, Dr. Abukefa's tennis competition. But you know, apart from government, we have private individuals as well as corporate bodies. When you talk of the corporate social responsibility, we are not seeing much of it in Taraba State, because we have few companies as well as some of the banks. What are they actually doing? So they have to play their part too. And one is in the area of agriculture, by encouraging farmers, by assisting farmers, by supporting farmers, and the other is sports.
That's right.
That is where you get some of the young talents, you engage them. But once you do that, the society will be a better place. But I say kudos to the SGS barrister, or better still, High Chief Gibbon Timothy Kataps, the
Mambila.
Ngui of Mambila. We want to see more of this from him.
Yes.
And we also have, we also give a thumbs up to people like General Aliyu Faransa, who has always been, who has always been there too. And that is why, if you ask me of any association that is functional, it is the tennis club in Jalingo.
Yes, thank God you've actually tapped his back to commend him. The chairman he has actually done his best. I must commend him too. He has done his best. And at the sport venue, he made his speech very clear, and he said that this thing they're not going to stop. They're going to continue with this. The energy is high.
We really want to see more of it.
Yes, the energy is high and everything is balanced from there. And also we cannot also do this without also saying kudos to the Coach Bulus Husseini. The veteran. You know, at the venue of the sporting exercise, he made a correction. The MC was calling him Mr. Bulus Husseini. He said, "No, I'm not Mr. Bulus Husseini. I am Coach Bulus Husseini." And
he's a full sportman. Yes. I would say he's a useful veteran.
And one touching part about the program was that at some point he got emotional, and the reason was because he stated clearly that he was also picked like what is happening. Like he was just within the area, and this opportunity of such came up, and he got in. He used a very good time to just go in. Coming from a background, maybe that was not balanced for him, and seeing himself going to the level that he has reached so far. So looking at the exercise, it took him back to the years that he was also picked as what a High Chief is doing now. And he actually felt happy that he's so happy seeing this happening right now. And a lot of people that were there, the Prince Garanunga also was there from the youth agency, and also Honorable Nelson Sealand, member representing Goroje constituency, was also there. A good number of stakeholders were there. And in his words, talking about High Chief Barrister Gibbon Timothy Kada, said, to all of you seated here, pick up from here. You can also organize something also.
Yes, that is what I said. It's not only tennis, basketball, badminton, because they've been trying their best, the association.
That's right.
We have a lot of associations in Taraba State, but they are not functional. They are not really functioning the way it should, and it's not good. We have wrestling, taekwondo, disabled sports, and all that. Athletics. Well, athletics, you can just say, okay, maybe some secondary schools are actually trying their best, but it is not really good enough. So associations that are sleeping need to wake up. That is just it. Because sports should be all-rounder. We should not be focusing on some particular sport. But this one is a good one.
Yeah. All right, we'll go on a quick break. We'll come back. We'll be looking at what is leading on our dailies. Stay with us.
This is Kwararafa Television.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us. The program Morning Breaks continues here live, reaching from Jalingo, the state capital of Taraba State. Now, we'll go straight to what our leading stories we're talking about. And we'll start with Daily Sun. The leading story on Daily Sun, on page 6, xenophobic attacks. Tinubu snubs South Africa president envoy, demands early warning mechanism rectification. Now, under this, we have the main story. This development came up less than 24 hours after reporting killing of a Nigerian national, Chike Ibe, who was allegedly picked up from his residence at Pakita Villas complex in Benville, Cape Town, and tortured to death by personnel of the South African Police Service (SWAT). Recall that Nigeria has maintained a firm stand against xenophobic attack in South Africa. At the 69th ordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Government of ECOWAS, which took place recently in Longhi, Sierra Leone, Vice President Kashim Shettima, who represented President Tinubu, condemned the attacks and pledged that Nigeria would push for stronger measures against xenophobia at the African Union. Speaking on the recurring Afrobic attacks targeting African nations in South Africa, Shettima called for a united continental response to protect the rights and dignity of Africans living across the continent. You agree with me that it has actually been a very poor one from South Africa at looking at the unity that we've been pushing to see that Africans live together and work together, progress together. It has actually not gotten the right stand. And South Africa to come up with this decision at this point has actually not been a good one. And the good people of Nigeria has actually been on their feet asking questions about the stand of our president, because they expected the president should, they expected to hear from the president speak about this very incident. But till now, we have this leading. So, Mr. Joaquin, what do you have to say about this?
It is not true. The federal government, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they've condemned these attacks in various fora. And believe you me, there is no responsible government that will really accept what the South Africans are doing. In diplomacy, we're really made to understand that there is nobody, no country that is an island.
That's right.
Rather, microzone under a macrocosmic international system. So by the time you have that in picture, you quite agree with me that we all need each other. But what is happening is in South Africa today is barbaric. So the snub, for me, it is a good one. It shows that President Bola Tinubu is not happy about this development, which other well-meaning Nigerians and as well as leaders in the global community will not also support. So that is a very clear scene about the whole thing. South Africa really need to sit down and ensure that they stop this senseless killing of innocent citizens. Look at the economy of South Africa today, whether you like it or not. Nigerians have contributed immensely. Then why should all these things be happening? And you think the government will just fold its hands that you are sending envoy? I don't really know. Maybe for reconciliation. There are some of the processes that needed to be followed. But I know the presidency will actually tackle this, and let's see how things progresses. But again, what is happening in South Africa, the senseless killings of Africans is barbaric and senseless.
We must say no to such actions, and I know in no distant time they'll realize that they've made a very big mistake, because most of the companies in Nigeria, trust me, they don't have any way to go.
That is why we must,
if you look at it,
we must commend the federal government for approving 100 free-to-air television, which Kwararafa Television is one of them.
That's right. That's right. Under the
so if you look at the diplomatic measures that the government is actually putting in place, you know that they have direction. Mostly as it concerns this. Again, the barbaric and senseless killings in South Africa need to stop.
No, it has to stop. It has to stop. You know, I watched an interview recently where the guest was asking questions that, do we have any company in South Africa compared to what they have in Nigeria? So they're benefiting more from us. And we've given them a peaceful environment. We've not treated any of them.
Go back to the days of apartheid, what Nigerians did to South Africa.
So
you look at the support in aids, cash, finance, and everything that you can think of. So that is it.
All right, let's move forward to what Punch is saying. Away from that, we'll move to what Punch is leading with. On the leading story of Punch, we have this: fake agency probe House faces pressure to summon Badamila. Here on the latest story, the House of Representatives ad hoc committee probing the controversial Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council has come under growing pressure to widen its investigation by inviting Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Badamila, even as lawmakers order the Inspector General of Police to produce the alleged promoter of the non-existent agency, Adeyemi, for questioning on Wednesday. That will be tomorrow. So the House of Assembly at this point, they're actually under pressure to make sure they bring Femi to the House and question him. You know, as I said the other time, it will be bad if Adeyemi Matthew goes down alone, because a lot of people may have actually supported this agency to function at the Federal Secretariat. You know, how can a particular office be operating at the Federal Secretariat without the knowledge of the Chief of Staff office, the House of Assembly being approved of some movement and other things? I think, according to the budget, item number 8 has to do with that office, and a lot of things, accounts that have been created, 3 accounts, and other activities that this fake agency PFIPC has actually carried out. You agree with me that there are more questions than answers that are sit there for key people to come out and clarify. And at this point, all of them, they are coming out to say, we don't know him.
Well, this is another Nigeria wonder. You can call it, you can say it is a mystery. And the members of the House of Representatives need to be under pressure, because on this very program, I've made it very, very clear that designated authority are supposed to do the needful to ensure that Nigerians will have confidence on the federal government, and as well as those that we have from that are in the House of Representatives, as well as the senators. When you're talking about budget, we know what it means.
That's right.
It uses to pass, you know, from one house to the other, even beginning from the ministry. You talk of presentation and all that sort. So does it mean that when you're talking about the fake agency, there was no presentation anywhere, and it's coming from the presidency? So that is why I said, since investigations are on, we are not supposed to preempt anything for the now. The pressure from the House of Representatives, let's see how it goes. But believe you me, there is more to this, and a lot of heads will roll in as far as this scandal, well, I cannot say the scandal, this fake agency is concerned. Nigerians, we need to get it right, if not for anything, but for the sake of the younger generation.
All right, that's that. And just like you said, a lot of head will roll, but let's see how it goes. But we don't want the situation where at the end of the day, dark glasses will be placed in dark room to say that because we have this person, we will not do anything. You know, that's how it has been. Because that's the concern now. Because you just come to see.
No, but this one is going to be difficult, because it's going to make mockery of our system, and at the same time democracy, where leaders must be accountable to the people.
That's right. That's right. Okay, we'll go on a quick break. We'll come back. We'll take the last part of our dailies, then we'll speak with the guests. Stay with us, please.
When leaders speak and communities act, the world listens. At Kwararafa TV, communities act, the world listens. At Kwararafa TV, we bridge the gap between government and the people, tracking development, promoting dialogue, and empowering citizens. For reliable news, meaningful conversations, and impactful journalism, follow us on YouTube and Facebook, or tune in via frequency 12589 on all free-to-air decoders for more. Kwararafa TV, connecting voices, inspiring change.
All right, many thanks for staying with us. Morning Breeze on Kwararafa Television, and we've been looking at our leading stories, looking at things that are trending, and you agree with me that we have a lot of funny stories around, and we just have to see that we do the right thing. Before we go on a break, we're talking about the PF, IBC, and our wishes are that those that have been given the chance to prop this should actually do the right thing and make sure that good results comes out, because Nigerians are actually waiting. We're waiting to see what comes out of the ICPC, the House of Reps, those that have been given the assignment to prop this. So, what will be your words as we wrap up the show, Mr. Jockey?
Well, for me, I know the right thing is going to be done since the House of Representatives have taken it as a duty call. You know, whether you like it or not, some might likely go with the presidency, but there are people who know that they are in the House to serve Nigerians. So they will not want to denude their integrity. I know at the end of this, a lot of revelations will definitely come, but those that have been charged with this responsibility should do it to the best of their ability and fear God. Looking at Nigerians today, people at the grassroots need development. Farmers need fertilizers to go back to farm. Youths need to be engaged. Youths need to be employed. So just look at it. These are money that are supposed to be channeled for the betterment of the people that has been siphoned, that has been directed to various accounts.
That's right.
This is not really good for us as Nigeria, whether you like it or not. In Africa today, in the global community, Nigeria is a respected country. So we should rise to that billing. Yeah, when you're talking about corruption, we don't really have a good record there. And this is just one of them too. So that is why I feel the anti-graft law agencies that are in charge of this very investigation should do that, should carry this duty, or should carry their assignment with the best of their ability, and ensure that at the end, Nigerians will have confidence in the presidency and as well as our leaders.
All right, quickly, let's go through this before we pack our loot that's before we close for paper review. On this day, we have a disturbing story here too that we need to look at quickly. Insecurity. After creating 4 new divisions, federal government plans fresh pay rise for military. You know, we've been discussing about this, so let us look at it, the main story. The federal government has announced plans for a new pay rise for military personnel as part of ongoing efforts to improve their welfare, boost morale, and strengthen the country's security architecture. I am bringing this because, you know, we actually reviewed the other time, looking at the effort of security men.
But I spoke about welfare, good welfare package for our military personnel.
Yes, very important. So this is coming up now, and it's coming at the right time. Looking at it, that a lot of look at the divisions that were created recently and the effort that they've been making recently to rescue most of our people that have been under the hands of banditry and other kidnappers and others. They've been trying. We've been having consoling stories in as much as things are not yet balanced. But we must commend the effort of our security personnel, and for the federal government to also sit and decide on their welfare is something that we should commend the government to. Our prayer is that they will back their words with actions. So that's that. All right, that brings us to the end of paper review this morning. And trust me, a lot of families, a lot of young people out there have actually either gotten it right or wrong. But on this show this morning, we'll be bringing an expert, someone who has in-depth knowledge as far as marriage is concerned. And you just need to stay very close to gather all the knowledge that you need to have at this moment. Reverend Dr. Hope Dauda Ghana, lead counselor and the founder of a very prestigious and honored foundation in Taraba State, is here very close to us to give us insight on why and how marriages should go. Let me put it that way. We'll go on a break. We'll come back. We'll speak with our guest. Stay with us, please.
Listen system, I can roll. Listen system, I can roll.
All right, many thanks for staying with us. Still the program Morning Breeze on Kwararafa Television, reaching you live from Jalingo, the state capital of Taraba State. At this point, we'll take a turn to speak with our guest, and we'll be looking at the topic, the rising causes of divorce. Why are more marriages breaking down? To help us understand this, we have with us in the studio Dr. Hope Dauda Ghana, the lead counselor, significant marriage consult, and he is the global set man of the Significant Place International Ministries. Good to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
Yes.
I must confess you look good.
Thank you so much.
And I know mommy is doing her part.
Yeah. Cheers, you will.
Yeah. All right. Let's go straight to the crux of the gist.
Okay.
With your in-depth experience, what do you think are the causes of divorce in our age now?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for having me once again. The reality is that we're having like a pandemic when it comes to the matter of marital crisis leading to divorce. And for me, I will summarize out of the legion of issues that cause divorce, I would say unmet expectation. Unmet expectation is the leading cause of divorce in marriages today. And the truth of the matter is that we are going to experience a whole wave of a lot of marital crisis as time goes on. When we talk about unmet expectation, there are many people, nobody goes into marriage without an expectation.
That's right.
While I was driving here, there's an expectation I have from the studio. There's something you're expecting from me. The audience are also expecting something from this program. So we live our life generally carved with an expectation. And when expectation is not met, it leads to frustration. When you are frustrated within yourself, the person with you will have to pay for it. So expectations are not met in marriages. We go into marriages with a lot of expectation. Number one, there are expectations are not met when they are not communicated. If I don't speak about my expectation from you, because before I was invited, I was told what I'm coming to do. These are the expectations. So I'm prepared to come and meet your expectation. So if I'm here and then I'm not able to meet this expectation, we're going to have issues with you. I may never be invited to this platform again. So when expectations are unspoken, it leads to divorce. When expectations are unconscious, unconsciously there is what you expected from me. I believe that while coming here, you did not tell me the dress code. It was an unspoken expectation. It was not communicated. But you expected that an adult should know what to do. So if I failed in meeting this expectation, you'll be disappointed also. But you forget to know that you did not communicate this expectation for me. Number three, expectations are not met when they are unconscious. We have some unconscious expectation between lovers. People are loving. They don't even know that these are requirements in their spirit or in their soul. Is a desire. It's just unconscious. I don't even know that I have it. Sometimes I call it the unconscious red line. If you have been living with somebody, you discover that you have been doing fine with a person, but suddenly you do something and the person kind of overreacted. And you begin to mention, this guy have never told me that you are not happy with this thing. Everybody have unwritten principles and rules in their life. Some of those unwritten principles, they are unconscious. You don't even know that they exist. But the day someone breach those rules, it comes out. So when expectations are not met, divorce is almost inevitable.
Now, thank you so much for that. I want us to, before I ask the stages how it starts, I want us to have a kind of, let's go back to the ancient days.
Okay.
Can you take us back? Because if you look at it categorically, you agree with me that our parents didn't experience divorce like what is happening
Exactly.
now. Speak to us. What really happened
Wow.
before and now?
Now, as a student of culture, I take time to have an in-depth study regarding African culture. In fact, I'm an advocate of the African culture. I advocate that even marriage should go back to be done in the African way. I don't know much about Islam, but a little I know about Christianity is that the books, the holy book, that's the Bible, is closest to the African culture when it comes regarding marriage and our day-to-day life. So you get to understand that the reason why our parents succeeded in their marriages for a very long time is because their marriages were rooted in the African culture. What is it about the African culture? The African culture believes in a communal life. We live in a communal life, whereby in Africa we believe that I am because we are. You are because I am. So nobody is living as an individual entity. So whatever I'm going to do to you, my brother, I'm not just thinking about my selfish interest. I'm thinking because there is a collaboration. So we live in a community in Africa. But bringing it to the stage of marriage right now, I discovered today that we have thrown away our communal life. We have become so individualistic, and that is affecting our marital life. Now, I remembered in 2011, my father was on a sick bed. He was dying. Everyone knows he's going to die. He knows he's going to die. He held my hands. I was going back to school in Jos. Held my hands and said, my son, I wanted to marry a woman that will not drag my name on the mood. That's his name as my father. So for him, he was not thinking about a woman that will give me his son peace. He was not thinking about a woman that will give me whatever valuables I'm
material.
taking, anything. For him, his name was sacrosanct. So he said, I should make a vow that whatever I'm going to get married to should be a woman that will not drag his own name to the mud. In Africa, you don't marry for yourself. You marry for your family and the community. And that's why you discover that before now, you can meet together the moment you said you want to get married. In fact, in most cases, you don't even tell your parents you want to get married. Your parents decide when you get married. And they will tell you that we have seen a daughter in this house. Go and check out. Before they bring the proposal to you as a son, they have made an investigation into the third and fourth generation of that family. If the family have a pattern of divorce in the family, they are not going to allow their son to get into that family.
That's right.
The same way with the bride to be. If the family she is going into have a negative pattern, the family will not release their daughter to get married to anybody. Because we believe that in a community, pattern speaks out.
That's right.
In community, commitment is sacrosanct. It's almost like a religion, that we are committed not just to ourselves, but we are committed to the community. But we discover that because of our individual way of living today, everybody is to himself. I've seen people that are preparing for marriage, their parent knows nothing about the person they are getting married to. And they will convince their parents that they are in love, you know, this person. Exactly. And they even tell that I'm marrying the person, I'm not marrying his family. No. That is an idiotic statement. You don't marry an individual. I always tell people, if you are making a marital choice, the place the person is coming from is more important than the person you are getting married to. Let me repeat that again.
Yes.
The place your spouse is coming from is more important than the person you are getting married to. Because if you are getting married to a family and the person loves you and the family don't like you, I will say pause, don't get married yet. Because no matter who you get married, marry an angel, marry a pastor, marry an imam, marry a traditional priest, your marital love will be tested. And when it is being tested, the family you are married into will determine how long the marriage is going to last. They will determine the dynamism of the conflict that come between couples. So imagine you get married into a family that don't like you, a family whereby they are known for crisis, a family that don't accept someone to join them. You are going to, they will fuel the crisis.
That's right.
They will end the relationship. Because family will always take side with their own. So where you are choosing a partner from is more important than the person you are choosing.
All right, let me anchor at this point. Now, looking at your analysis, it is like expectations were less in the olden days and now.
No.
There were
expectations.
expectations.
Yes.
Because when you started, you enumerated a lot of points and you were rally around expectation in our generation.
The expectation in the ancient days, we are not selfish. They were communal. They are not selfish, they are communal. But today, the expectations are myopic. They were selfish, they are self-centered. We only think about us getting married. We only think about the now. We don't even think about the next 5 years, next 10 years. When I get married to you, when I get married 14 years ago, I was looking slim. I was not chubby. This flesh were not there.
So kudos to mommy.
Yes, sir. You know,
kudos to mommy.
My wife was also looking very slender.
Oh.
But right now, she has added weight. But there is something that keeps us going. The value of a person does not diminish by time.
That's right.
The value of the soul of a person does not change by the body structure of the person. So there is something that money cannot buy, eyes cannot see, you only feel it. If you go for that in marriage, your marriage is going to stand. But today, we marry for the now without thinking about tomorrow. We marry for potency and not about the potential. Everybody must change in life. We must all change.
That's right.
Because change comes with growth. So this understanding is one of the reasons why divorce is prevalent, because we marry for the now, we marry for selfish reasons. We don't consider the communal interest in our union.
Now, let's balance this discussion with something. You agree with me that most couples appear so happy on public spaces, and sometimes you don't get to know where these symptoms or these issues come in to bring them to separate ways. So speak to us about some of those common things that actually spark up the divorce. What are those issues, those key points that bring out divorce most times?
In counseling, there's what we call the silence erosion. You know erosion? The way erosion pave ways, dig holes, pull down houses. Erosion doesn't just happen. Even if it rains from now till tomorrow, if there is no already established pathway for erosion, it doesn't just happen. Erosion happens gradually. Sometimes it's just the drizzling rain that begins to pave the way. The heavy rain increases it. The same thing with marriage. In marriage, people avoid certain things. When you avoid a crack, it pulls down a building.
That's right.
Not building suddenly collapse. It only collapsed because of neglected cracks in the building. So the same thing with marriage. No marriage just suddenly wake up and then it collapses. It doesn't happen. Nobody gets married and said, after 2 years, I'm going to divorce you, I'm going to beat you. It doesn't happen that way. So we must come to a point where we realize that the reason why people appear to be happy and then suddenly they begin to part ways. I hope you understand that a couple can be peaceful, but they're not happy. Because being happy and being peaceful are two different things. Because of maturity, I will just condone some things and then we're just living our life. But deep down, we are not happy with ourselves. So gradual things begin to happen. When you discover that both of you begin to choose a different path in marriage. Because marriage is not a union of two matured bodies. Marriage should be a union of purpose, a union of vision. So if right now, you are my wife is going to Yola, I'm going to Wukari, we are not going to meet at any point. Separate ways. It happens in marriage. When people don't talk about where they are headed in life, when people don't talk about the vision that they carry in life, when people don't talk about how they are going to intentionally build their marital destiny, gradually, they are living peacefully. They are carrying happy faces in the public. But secret, the silence begin to grow. The gap begin to widen. The distance begin to increase. So you don't talk about your vulnerability. You don't talk about your fears. You don't talk about your hopes. You don't talk about your expectation. In fact, in marriage, the moment, let me ask couples that are watching, that are listening to us right now, whenever you are in trouble, who is your emergency call? I can tell you, majority couples, when they are in an emergency situation, their partner is not their first line of call. You can make that research. You can begin to ask. Many people, the moment they get into a fixed situation, their partner is not the first option for them to call. They have someone somewhere that to call. But in an ideal marriage, whenever a partner is in a fix, whether you are celebrating or you are sad, the first point of call should be your partner. So the moment you discover that this is no longer happening in your marriage, just know that there is already a divide. There is a falling apart. The trust is already eroding. So the moment that begins to happen, divorce will gradually be creeping in. I tell you, a lot of married women, they are feeling unseen and unheard. They feel their husband no longer see them, no longer heard them. Why? It is because marriage comes with a lot of challenges.
Right.
And when those challenges are not intentionally communicated, it builds up into a lot of things that they cannot just handle.
Now, you've mentioned one of the key points that actually disturb or brings about divorce, which is communication.
Exactly.
Yeah, good. I wanted to broaden on it. I wanted to speak more on it. This communication, because sometimes people feel like, let me call my pastor, let me call my father, let me call my mother. But sometimes even once it is being communicated to the partner, another thing is to listen. So please speak more on this communication.
Communication,
it's actually an issue out there.
Communication is key. In fact, it's the life wire of every communication. Someone said, if you want to kill any form of relationship, either romantic, professional, career-wise, business, or whatever form of relationship, if you want to kill it, just starve it of communication. The moment you stop communicating with a person, your view about them begin to give way. The way you see their value begin to diminish in you, because communication is key. Now, before I answer your question, you see, communication will bring about understanding. Understanding will bring about trust. Trust will bring about respect. Respect will bring about love. I take that again. Communication will bring about understanding. Understanding will bring about trust. Trust will bring about respect. Respect will bring about love. So when there is no communication, there won't be understanding. Mind you cannot love someone you don't understand.
That's right.
When there is no understanding, there cannot be trust. You cannot trust someone you don't understand.
Right.
When there is no trust, there will not be respect. You can't respect someone you don't trust. So these are the build-up of communication. So you discover that a lot of people that are getting married today, that's why I said the future is bleak.
That's right.
The future is not bright. Because many people, the moment they begin dating, before they even know the name of the grandfather of the person they are dating, they are already sleeping with each other. Now, because they are sleeping with each other, the fear of parting ways, of being used, they rush into marriage. After marriage, they begin to have issues. Why are we having issues in the marriage? It's because you don't trust me, I don't trust you. You don't respect me, I don't respect you. You don't understand me, you don't understand me. Why are we not understanding each other? We are not communicating. When the ladder is turned upside down, you are going to have it the hard way. So we'll talk about communication. Everybody can talk, but few people can communicate. Communication is not just about verbalizing an intent. It's about expressing your intention until your partner is able to assimilate what is inside of you. So most couples today, in fact, a research was conducted some years ago, that average couples spend less than 15 minutes a week in communication.
Less than
15 minutes
in a week.
I know this will blow your mind. How is it possible? They are living together in the same house, but it is very, very possible. I can tell you, the day I come across that research and I begin to look at my relationship with my wife, I get to discover that, in fact, there are weeks that we spend less than 10 minutes communicating. Now, I hope you understand.
You've been talking.
We've been talking, yes. We've been talking. Give me water. That's transactional.
Thank you for the food.
Thank you for the food, yes. Give me water. I want to sleep. I'm going out. Are you back? You are back. Welcome. When we talk about communication, you see, a couple should come to a table whereby your communication is built from an agenda. I always tell women, don't just throw words on your husband. Tell your husband, honey, you are going to work. Please, when you come back, there's something I want us to talk about. Your husband will prepare his mind. When you come and say, hey, babe, there is something you say we need to talk about. Can we? At that point, he has prepared his mind. Right? If the guy is a crafty guy, if the guy is not an honest guy, if the guy has been a cheat, in his mind, has she found something? Has she discovered? So he will intentionally
that curiosity will be there.
That curiosity will be there. So when you sit down on that table of conversation, you speak
on agendas.
That's right.
Not just random talk. I always tell couples, if your partner avail himself or herself for communication, maybe not just for normal gist. My work today, my boss was tough, my day was this and that. Don't bring in important issues and miss casual conversation. You are discussing about politics, you are discussing about salary, you are talking about Tinubu, Abu Kefas, you are talking about a lot of things that are happening, and then suddenly you bring an important thing. You are going to ruin the atmosphere.
Right.
So when we talk about communication, it's not just conversation. It's about having time to look at issues. You talk about your fears. You talk about your vulnerability. You talk about your hopes. You talk about your expectation. In fact, just last night, my wife just woke me up and said, babe, I want us to have a conversation. I said, what is it? She said that I discovered that we don't have deep conversation again.
I hope it's not confidential.
No, yeah. Yeah. So we don't have deep issues again. I said, wow, why do you think so? She said, because you have become so busy. And I said, I'm sorry. Give me time. I'm going to be intentional about our time from now henceforth. Now, I want you to understand that even as a marriage counselor, that your marital life will be eroded by the busy nature of life. So when you have a partner that will always call your attention, it's very, very important. So if she have just kept quiet and just assumed that this guy have changed, and no longer talk, he's busy with work, all of this, I won't know that it's affecting her. I won't know it's affecting the way we flow. But she was able, because I've given her that opportunity, that at any time you feel unease regarding anything I do, call my attention to it. So you discover that in marriage, people must be intentional.
That's right. And
as a marriage counselor, I use my marriage as a model. I use my marriage to counsel people. I don't talk about things I don't do. I work together. So when I measure what we have, I know you are, oh, what is this guy going to say about his marriage? No. You see, we cannot tell people what is not realistic.
That's right.
We cannot tell people things that are not obtainable in life. If I come here and I lie to you about things that you want to hear and things I don't do, I'm going to be a hypocrite.
That's right.
So we need to sit down on that. I'm not telling you this for you to understand that even in my marriage, periodically we sit down and we make a review.
Yes.
What is it? We communicate. What is it about these children? What is the future? What is their behavior? How are they becoming? What's the future? Now is July. Schools are closing. What do we do in August? What do we do in September as they are returning back to school in a different grade level? So these are things that couples must sit down intentionally to have conversation about.
All right. We'll go on a quick break. We'll come back. We'll be looking at, is it important for premarital counseling? I know that one touch you more, right? We'll go on a quick break and come back to discuss that. Stay with us.
Good news, Tarabans and Nigerians. 2610 Multilinks Concept Limited is here where quality, reliability, and value matter most. Multilink Concept Limited is your trusted partner for motorcycles, genuine spare parts, agricultural equipment, office equipment, and genuine engine oils. Whether you are a rider, farmer, entrepreneur, government agency, or corporate organization, we have the right products to keep you moving and growing. At 2610 Multilinks Concept Limited, we offer durable motorcycles including Kumata motorcycles, genuine spare parts, high quality engine oils, dependable agricultural equipment, and modern office equipment, all at competitive prices, backed by excellent customer service. We offer loan services mostly for civil servants. Visit our Jalingo office at number 51 Amaruwa Way, opposite Sterling Bank, PSA, or before the pedestal bridge along Wukari, Yola Road, ATC, Jalingo, or our Abuja office at number 5 Angle 90 Road, Phase 1, Gwagwalada, FCT. For inquiries and orders, call 08-111-06-1254, 0803-617-1476, or 0803-761-8411. 2610 Multilinks Concept Limited. Quality products, trusted service, lasting value.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Trust me, it has been a wonderful time here on Kwararafa TV, talking about Morning Breeze, speaking with Dr. Hope Daudagana, the lead counselor of Significant Marriage Consult and the global set man of the Significant Place International Ministries, talking about the rising causes of divorce. Why are more marriages breaking down, especially this time, this period? You may call it, you may put it your own way, but it is in an increase this time around. So we'll continue from where we stopped. And I want us to talk about premarital counseling. Is it important? And do you think proper preparations for marriage can actually reduce divorce, or is it stigma? Speak to us.
Yeah, there are two things. There is when you go to academics in counseling, academic counseling, there is, we call it guidance and counseling. Guidance is preventive, and then counseling is curative. So what we do in premarital counseling is actually preventive. It's educational. Now, the Hausa man will always tell that prevention is better than cure, right? And it's cheaper to prevent something than to cure it. So premarital counseling is something that we cannot overemphasize. Unfortunately, this generation don't have time to learn. People find it difficult to sit down and learn it. So premarital counseling is very, very important because, now let me not just talk about, say professional premarital counseling. Because there's a difference between premarital counseling and professional premarital counseling. You just see every church that want to solemnize a couple, they do counseling, and sometimes with apology. I've been pastor with apology with a lot of pastors. Most of what they do is Bible studies, not really premarital counseling. So premarital counseling will help you understand your individual expectation. Because if you are getting married and I'm getting married, our expectations cannot be the same. You discover that the reason why most people have problem in marriage is because most men understand women from a general perspective. This is who women are, based on what the society has prescribed. Most women approach their husbands with the generalized understanding of who a man should be. So, but you discover that every individual is different. Your preferences are different from mine. So what you will expect from a woman is different from what I am going to expect from a woman. What another woman will expect from you is, so there is diversity in our personality makeup, in our choices of life and otherwise. So premarital counseling is going to expose your expectations from each other and see if there are unrealistic expectations, you are going to adjust it. I remember in one of my premarital counseling class, I was discussing with this couple. They are getting married in less than 2 weeks. And I asked the guy, I said, how much do you earn at the end of the month? He was not comfortable about the question. And I asked the lady, do you know how much your husband to be earns? She said, no. I said, okay, in your own estimation, how much do you think he earns? She said, around 250 to 300,000. The young man's eyes now bulge out. I said, okay. And I started to talk. I said, it's better you talk. I said, how much is salary? Say it's earning 76,000 and some fraction.
And the lady was already at 200.
Yes. Why that? It's because, you see, while they are dating and the way the guy presents himself, she have unrealistic expectation already regarding his finances. So if that was not sorted out, you discover that in the marriage, she will believe the guy is just being stingy in marriage. He's not willing to provide and make things available. While realistically, he does not have. So you discover that through premarital counseling, expectations are going to be unraveled. Conversation is going to happen. When we talk about expectation, it's a whole lot of things. Because there is communication expectation, there is emotional expectation, there is financial expectation, there is expectation regarding how we are going to relate with our in-laws. Yes. How we are going to relate with our friends. So in premarital counseling, we sit down to have all of this. Now, I developed a model in my premarital counseling class, whereby the first point of call is for us to make a test about your personality. Because whatever relational problem that happens between two people at any kind of relationship, it falls back to those two issues. Just two issues. Number one is personality clash, and number two is a clash of value system. If our personality begin to clash, we are definitely going to have problem with you. If I'm the quiet type and then you are the outspoken type, If we don't understand ourselves and relate on the basis of our personality, bros, we are going to have issues with you. Because you will just be bugging me with too much noise while I just want my peace and myself. And I hope you know that one of the traps in marriage is that opposites will get attracted to each other.
That's right.
A talkative will get attracted to a quiet person.
That's right.
Now, that opposite that bring you together in marriage, if not well managed, is going to separate you.
Yeah.
Because you get attracted to this lady who is quiet, gentle, just to herself. And then after marriage, you want her student to become the outspoken one, the one that is all over the place. No, bros. Accept the person you get married. Be content with the person you get married, and see how together you are going to build your life into achieving your marital destiny. So when personalities begin to clash, you will have issues. So premarital counseling will help you understand who you are. So is the starting point is helping intending couples find themselves. Number two is value system. When your values are not agreeing, you can't live together. When we got married, I don't like football. I don't like watching football, but I love watching wrestling. When we got married, my wife have to learn watching wrestling with me. It makes life easier for us.
She did not try to push like,
yes, exactly.
Wow, that's
values. So when values are not harmonized, because you have your values, I have my values. When we get married, we'll now harmonize our individual values to build our family value system. Your values is your brand. The reason why people will like you or hate you is your brand. So I always help singles understand that there is nothing wrong with you. You just need to understand your values and live by the tenets of your values. So premarital counseling will help you understand your personality, help you understand your value system, help you understand how to curtail the excesses of your personality.
Now, doctor, I want you to clone this discussion with, someone who may be watching us right now, and it's already, the person has already gotten married, and this thing is happening in his family. Can a marriage that is about to go separate ways be brought back? And if so, please speak to somebody.
Yeah, there is hope for every marriage. There is hope for every marriage. The problem we are having is that in this part of the world, people are not open for conversation. People are not open for conversation. I can tell you for over 10 years, I run a program, we call it Singles and Marriage Hangout once a month. How many people attend? Majority of the attendees are single people. Many people will tell you each time I'm going for a program, they will think as if I have a problem in my... No. You don't go to the hospital because you are sick. You can go to your hospital to go and check yourself to ascertain the state of your health and the risks involved, even if you are healthy. Because being alive does not stop one from dying. And being sick does not mean that the person is going to die. So when people open up for conversation, healthy couples, that we have what we call couples exclusive. It's not meant for couples who are struggling. It's an atmosphere, we call it rebond. That rebond we do is for couples to come together, look at each other in the face in an open space, have some games, have some dance, just enjoy yourself together and rebuild your bonds again. So if people open up at the early stage of their marriage to understand things they need to know. I hope you understand that men are not wired to communicate. Naturally, we are not communicators. So men are supposed to learn communication as a skill. But discover that a man will not want to sit down and learn from anybody. A man just be like, okay, I've seen my father, the way he treated my mother. He says, sit down, your mother, sit down, stand up, she stand up. The woman we are marrying in this age, when you ask her to sit down, she may be sitting down, but in her heart, she's standing up. And if the conversation didn't go well, she will stand up and face you. But when people open up to get counsel, to get education, to get information regarding life, regarding living, we are going to understand this. Now, one of the areas whereby we need to understand this is that when hope for people who are having crisis in marriage is when there is dual interest.
That's right.
Dual interest means both the husband and wife, they are still ready to give peace a chance. They're ready to talk. But I can tell you the fact that I've seen most men that walked into my office, they're having issues in their marriage. They came to speak with me. Without me inviting their wives, I helped the man, most men, to go and make things right with their family. Women have come for counseling without me inviting their husbands, who will never want to come for counseling, because the woman comes to a point whereby she understands herself, she understands the things she can do, she returns back home, and then her marriage is sorted out. So when people avail themselves for professional counseling, every marriage that is
can fall back to
it.
Wow, that's amazing. And I let me perhaps say most of them never knew that there was a doctor somewhere that could actually fix things for them.
Possibly.
So let's look at other, as we boil down the show, let's see, are there other programs maybe of such that you're planning, so that at least someone can get to understand that this is where I need to go, maybe for...
Yeah, by the grace of God, I'm a marriage therapist. In fact, I pastored with a church organization for 11 years. Looking at the growing challenges in marriage, I resigned in order to face counseling, marriage therapy. So there is one-on-one therapy that we do for couples and singles. There is a monthly program we do. We call it Singles and Married Hangout. In fact, this Friday, because at the every last day of the month, there is what we call Family Prayer Summit. We meet to pray for families. For this month, we call it a crossover. So we're meeting on Friday, which is the 31st of this month, to pray for 6 hours, to intercede for families, because as a Christian, I get to realize that there is a limit to what your knowledge can handle. So some things need to be handled supernaturally. So while we provide the knowledge, there's also a place for prayer. So whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, an unbeliever, whoever you are, there is a room for one-on-one counseling, which is professionally done. There is also the programs you can attend. Follow my page, Hope Dauda Gaina, the counselor. You are going to see all of the programs we are having, and you will never regret it.
All right, many thanks, Doctor, for finding time to be here. I must commend your effort, and I know a lot will still be coming from you. And as time goes on, we'll still be calling you to come and educate our people as far as marriage is concerned, because every day, every weekend, we go out there, eat rice, and go home, and it continues. All right, we'll be speaking with Dr. Hope Dauda Gaina, the set man, the global set man of the Significant Place International Ministry, and also the lead counselor, Significant Marriage Consult. He has done his part, and it's left for you to pick up from here and make sure you work on your marriage. Those that are preparing, get ready and get it right. Next will be entertainment news, and MC Last B is standing by. Stay with us, don't go away.
This is Kwararafa Television.
morning and welcome to the Morning Breeze Entertainment segment. I'm MC Lasby. Let's dive into today's top entertainment stories. From drama in the house to heated conversations, let's begin with Big Brother Niger's latest buzz. Big Brother Niger housemate Temi Inkem sparked reactions after reading Big Brother's house instructions. Many housemates struggled to understand her accent and pronunciation, causing confusion in the house. Frustrated, she questioned why they couldn't understand her. Meanwhile, Big Brother has introduced a newly twist by dividing housemates into male and female categories for selected tasks, while Chimsom Chuks emerged as the first head of house, earning immunity from eviction. And then also Ekun becomes the center of attraction at the house because of his unique personalities. And Temi said, "Are you children that you don't understand English? How is it possible that you don't understand English?" And communication is not just about speaking English, neither vocabulary, but it is about being understood. And Big Brother Niger's new season is already delivering drama and competition. Effective communication requires clarity, patience, and understanding, especially in diverse environments. And guess what? Communication is all about understanding. And once you communicate to someone and they didn't understand you, that is to say communication has never been taking place. And now from reality TV to a special media debate that kept everyone talking online, Peter Okoye, Mr. P, come under a heavy criticisms after suggesting that Nigerian languages have little value. He made the remark while praising his children's fluency in French after a fan asked whether they also speak Igbo. His comment sparked backlash, with many reminding him that Nigerian languages have contributed greatly to his music success. But Mr. P replied, "And who Nigerian languages help? Make I hear what I beg." The comment has reignited conversations about preserving indigenous languages and appreciating cultural integrity. Our native languages are part of our identity and heritage and also should be valued alongside foreign languages. Next, a heartwarming act of generosity proving that true friendship can outlive business. Davido surprised his former record label signee, Mayokun, with a Tesla Cybertruck worth millions of naira. Sharing the gift on Instagram that generated a lot of massive reactions from all their social media handles. Davido expressed his affection while Mayokun thanked him warmly. The gesture highlights what we call the good business relationship, and then the bond between both artists remains strong. Davido said, "My gift to you, I love you." Now, true relationships are built on loyalty and gratitude, not just business. Also, kindness and appreciation strengthens a relationship long after professional ties end. And finally, a heartfelt reflection on realities behind fame. Ghanaian singer Shatta Wale revealed that despite being famous, he once struggled financially and was sheltered by his girlfriend at her parents' home. He said, "Entertainers in Ghana are not appreciated enough compared to entertainers in Nigeria." Whereas the music industry in Ghana is supposed to uphold and also raise its standards and also better support its artists. He said, "Nigerians appreciate success. Ghana doesn't appreciate success." Fame does not always guarantee success, financial stability, and supporting creative talent is important for industry growth. And now, behind every success story are seasons of struggle. Appreciating and investing in local talent helps the industry and entertainment thrive. And that's it for today's entertainment update. Thanks for watching Kwararafa Television. And I'm MC Lasby. Keep smiling, stay inspired, and join us again for more exciting entertainment stories. Have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you so much, MC Lasby, for the entertainment news. And trust me, starting with paper review, I get to speak with a guest about the issues causing divorce and bringing it to entertainment has given you a perfect way to start your day. Trust me, you don't need to have any boring moment, no dull moment along the line. We'll be coming your way again tomorrow, same time. with another fresh package. I am Fumi Desmond. Good morning.